Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Gamergate is here again. The gaslighting has begun again. The press are running scared again. Gamergate is here again.
The hell was that?
You don't know what that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody doing? Steve, Joshua, Penny, thank you for all for joining us. Everyone else, you don't know what that is?
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. I haven't done a video on this yet because it was just.
God damn it, my mouse went out.
The screams. So this will be quick. This was at the GDC this past week. At the Game Developers Conference, the games industry really needed a good screen. Oh, God. Over 50 developers out of thousands met today on March 20th for a coordinated group scream to lament the state of the industry, because apparently they're upset about the layoffs and all the, whatever developmental problems, and apparently also because of the ongoing harassment campaign from gamers. Gamergate 2.0, stupid shit. The scream was organized by Scott John Seigel and Carol Shaw in response to growing discontent among game developers in the face of ongoing industry mass layoffs, as well. As well as coordinated. See, that's a very important word. Coordinated. One dude started this shit. Coordinated harassment campaigns against marginalized. No, you have to hear this. How many buzzwords can you fit into one sentence? Oh God, movie bomb isn't even this good. As well as coordinated harassment campaigns against marginalized individuals and overall fears of worsening industry conditions. Coordinated harassment campaigns. This shit was started by one Brazilian who just wanted a list of games that SBI was involved in. And then an SBI employee got wind of it and tried to have his Steam account banned, which Streisand affected the 3 minutes? The fuck out of the whole thing. Okay.
Actually,
you want to talk about Streisand effect? Holy shit. What's up, Frost? Frost. Not Frosk. Frost Curran. No. Every time Frostfang, every time I say hey Frost, I just think of go Frost and fucking Adam Sessler just fucking seal clapping like a goddamn idiot during that stupid ass fucking speech. Sexism in gaming. Oh God, that ignorant twat. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? So anyway, yes, that whole scream and shit, that was 50 developers. Now, I'm sure you can, and I can too. I get it, okay? Every once in a while, you need a good fucking scream, okay? And a week or two ago, I've had a good scream as well.
Sir, you yell on your videos.
No. I'm talking about just stopping your car and just go, ah! No, like that kind of shit. I can understand that, where you're at your limit and you're in your work truck and you just get off the phone with someone and you just scream. I get it. I understand that.
I mean,
but you did it.
That's just generic traffic that I scream at. So,
but you let off steam. You let off the pressure in private, like an adult, or on the weekend with alcohol. What's everybody talking about? Pay piggies are becoming a literal aliens. Waiting for you to make a vid about the screaming crybaby leftist crying as man babies. I came very close. It's been queued up on my on everything for quite some time. So instead, I just took a clip of them screaming like little man babies and put it there. Oh God, let's see. Na 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 da da da. God, been off the grid for the last day and a half, catching a virus. Oh, wait, what? You catching a virus? I'm sorry, Frost. Hope you're okay. Is it the plague? Do you have the plague?
By the plague, do you mean the virus we're not allowed to say the name of?
I think we can say COVID now. I mean, COVID's not going anywhere. It's here. It's part of our. It's part of our lives. There's 2 seasons. You have an opportunity to catch it twice a year. Oh no. So Killer figured out the disconnect there. The SBI group has a blonde in charge of web snooping. Oh, you talking about Chris Kindred? No, Chris Kindred's not a. Chris Kindred's a black woman, guy, effeminate black individual. I don't know. Chris Kindred's like fucking spurged out in this shit and called for like an actual harassment campaign. Unlike
So there is a lot of shit going on with this whole like Sweet Baby Inc. and this one dude on Steam.
Oh my god, you have
I've been watching your videos. That's all I really know is the only information I'm getting is through your videos. Because I mean, honestly, I don't feel like it's not worth like investing my time into reading this stuff.
Oh, I understand. I do not exist to be easy on the eyes to you. Yes, you do. Everyone exists to be easy. Well, except for Lizzo. But let's see, Joshua. They call us man babies when they're the ones being such crybabies over hardcore truths and exposure. The idiots they are. Yes. I scream music lyrics while driving down the highway. Yes, absolutely. It's what we do. It's what adults do. Thinking about going to trade school. Not a bad idea. Learn a trade, learn a skill, and become actually useful. Unlike, become useful. I wouldn't say actually.
Is our job a trade?
Yes, technically. We're considered first responders. That's why I carried around a piece of paper that said, hey, I'm allowed to be out on the road when everybody else was sent home. It's like, oh, I'm protected by Homeland Security. Okay. Anyway. Redhead tells you, oh, wait. Oh, God. I don't know where this is going, but I think I'm going to. Okay. A redhead tells her blonde sister, I slept with a Brazilian. Ah, God. Yep, I knew it. The blonde replies, oh my God, you slut. How many is a Brazilian? Each time I hear Brutus is Brazilian. SBI is funded by the Canadian government and Homeland running defense. Yep. Yeah, they're trying to.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So SBI is funded by the Canadian government. And apparently there's a website out there that was trying to get essentially the FBI involved in investigating this so-called harassment campaign, this hate-filled, violent-filled harassment campaign, when it's SBI that started this shit. The only thing that YouTubers are doing
Sweet Baby Inc. is trying to get the FBI involved in this.
Some website is trying to get the FBI involved, so like a threat to Homeland Security and stuff. And there's like articles yet again talking about how gamers and alt-right this and alt-right that and terrorists and ties to alt-right terrorism. It's so astronomically clown world. Yeah. How's my volume?
So wait. Let me get this straight. So
it doesn't matter how many times I explain it, it's not going to make sense to you.
So Sweet Baby Inc. started fucking with our video games.
Okay, so here's how.
Hold on, I'm giving a simple. Hold on, I'm giving a simplified version. Hold on. So Sweet Baby Inc. started fucking with our video games, forcing in their DEI. Hold on, and then the one dude on Steam made a page dedicated solely to like not force anybody to not play the games, but just letting everybody know, making a list of like saying, hey. These people have worked on these games, and that's all the list is.
So all the list
is. So because someone from SBI or Sweet Baby Inc. found the list, and is now trying to get the FBI involved to get this thing shut down because they think they're being targeted by gamers.
Okay,
racist gamers or bigotry gamers or whatever.
You were going really good up until right at the end. So, again, you are correct. The whole SBI forcing DI and all that other stuff, that's a matter of opinion. But essentially, Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement in Sushi Squad Killed the Justice League is there. They are part of the writing team, regardless of what they are credited as writers. So with the dog shit writing of it, Cabrutus Rambo made a decision to that, you know what, this game is shit. Who's involved? Okay, so this is a consulting company involved. What other games are they involved in? And decided to make a list on the as a curator page on Steam. And it didn't have all that many followers. It didn't gain any traction. Well, Sweet Baby Inc. employee,
it
like
does
said,
now.
Oh boy. Oh, let's check real time, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's when Chris Kindred, SBI employee. Let's see, Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Curator. That'll bring it up. Caught wind of it and decided to go on a cancellation campaign. 339,949 followers on the curator page. So, and on Twitter, and also got their account suspended because of this, tried to coordinate a false flagging campaign to not only get the curator page taken down, but to get his Steam account destroyed, losing all of his video games. Steam came out and said, eat a dick to this campaign. We're not doing it.
So basically, so basically, they try to get him, even though he's not doing anything to impact their sales. Allegedly.
Allegedly, it's impacting the sales. It's giving a list of games to avoid until further notice.
So because of one person, they tried to go to like the head of Steam and get one person off of Steam.
Yes, because they
got called out.
Because they got called out. And after that, once that started, essentially a fellow gamer was attacked for bullshit. So any channel talking about pop culture or gaming came out and said, this is bullshit, did their own digging, and the internet autists went to work. And of course, if you're familiar with anything with what's that fucker's name? Just do it, whatever the fuck his name is, that psycho.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yes. If you know anything about what happened in tracking down Shia LaBeouf and what internet autists are able to do, you'll understand that if you put the internet to a task, they will find it, they will find you, and they will find all that shit. Kyle is awesome, by the way. So yeah, more and more information came out, and it blew up. Streisand effect, full bore, full blown, all the fucking way. Chris Kindred's account got locked. People started digging up Kim Belair, who is the founder of Sweet Baby Inc., found her speech at the 2021 GDC. That's the one that I absolutely love quoting, and I will quote it, and I will quote it.
Oh, I know. I hear at least 4 or 5 times every time I hear a video of yours.
Because if the developers don't agree with what you want to put in, go have coffee with the marketing department and terrify them with what might happen if they don't agree to what you want to do. Now, since then, all kinds of videos, all kinds of tweets, all kinds of quotes have come out. All kinds of interviews have come out from SBI and other consulting groups like that. The most recent one is Black Girl Gamers. And also, I think, was it Black Girl Gamers that was in charge of Validate? It's like, who was it who fucking played Validate? It's a game, indie game. It was Fratanga. Fratanga played it because somebody bought it for him. Somebody paid him $100 to play it. And oh my God, it's nonsense. But one of her speeches was that she does not have any white people on her team because that's the one that said because she wanted to create a safe working environment and white people and microaggressions and blah 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 blah. So since all this stuff has happened, accusations of misinformation, out of context, and harassment campaigns have been coming out when the only thing channels like mine and other far more popular and better at it channels, all we've been doing is showing their videos, showing their tweets, their websites, and we're the ones accused of hate, misinformation, and out of context when it's like, Alyssa Mercante, that stupid twat. I need to talk about her in a video. But yeah, we're using
didn't
your
you talk
words.
about her already?
Not yet.
This is the one who 100%. Quit. This is the one who quit.
No.
Something and came back.
No, she didn't. No, no, that
was Kotaku, right?
That was Kotaku. But Alyssa Mercante, which her name is Mercante, but fuck that cunt. She stayed with Kotaku and is all of a sudden going on a clout chasing campaign. First, she went after Melanie Mack and tried to bait her into a speech that she could probably manipulate to her own ends. And Melanie Mack pretty much said, "No, you're coming at this in bad faith." And of course, it was obvious. So now apparently she started going after Asmongold, and Asmongold had the same response in a video. Like, he just said, okay, Alyssa Mercante went on Twitter and asked people if they knew anything about this religious YouTube streamer who likes to use F slurs and blah, 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 blah. When it's like, and then she tried to do the same thing with Asmongold, kind of calling him out on social media. And their response is like, why didn't you just send me a DM?
So this other person tried to.
She's clout chasing. She's looking for relevance. Alyssa Mercante is looking for relevance to justify her meaningless existence because she's a radical feminist. It's obvious. She has a tattoo on her thigh that says "All men are evil."
Sounds like a lovely person.
Sounds like a psycho. But yes, Melanie Mack is always pissing people off because she likes to drop F, like she says baguette on Twitter all the time. And it's like, dear, like I have my opinions of Melanie Mack, and like, whatever. She she does her. That's whatever. Yes. Alyssa Mercante, she was apparently an ex-cam girl. Mentioned that if her time at Kotaku comes to an end, she could just go back to sex work. And it's like, wow,
is that that girl with like the short yellow hair who she was on G4, I think, saying because she was ugly or something like that. That's not, I don't know.
No, that's Frost Curran. That's another limey lesbian cunt. Not that there's anything wrong with lesbians, but these, like, I use the term cunt respect, like, derogatorily towards these women because they're absolute see you next Tuesdays. They have no meaning in life. They wake up every day. They're just like your average radical SJW. Yes, I'm using that as a derogatory term. They wake up every day looking for something to be offended by in order to justify their meaningless existence. They have nothing to do. They don't know how to do anything other than stir up the shit, piss people off, and then play the fucking victim when people clap back. Just like in this case with SBI and Black Girl Gamers and whoever the developer was on what was it? Validate. When it's like using your own words, you get called out on it, and now all of a sudden you're the victim. Get fucked. Yeah, it's just nonsensical bullshit. Bullshit. So how you doing? Yes, this is the shit that I pay attention to. I'm like,
I can tell.
It's like
it seems like you are very invested into this.
I've been okay. With the exception of Steve, I've been playing video games longer than most of the people that watch my shit. Okay, I've been playing video games for 43 fucking years.
I mean, it's not as long, but I've been playing video games for 25 years. So
43 since Pac-Man was on the Atari 2600. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. Watching my dad, I remember quite vividly watching my dad play Pac-Man into the wee hours of the night because he was on a roll. If you never played Pac-Man on the Atari, every level you finished, it got faster and faster and faster. And me, my 6-year-old Ash is just sitting there waking up, staying awake in the middle of the night, like just watching my dad play, just in awe of what he was able to do on this little fucking 2-bit game with, well, it didn't have the colors of the arcade game, but yeah, and just getting there. I don't know what the high score was, but I think it was something, he broke 1 million points before he finally lost his last life. And I was amazed at how entertaining it was. And from there, it went on to shit like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, not Pac-Man, Pitfall, Yar's Revenge. Yar's Revenge was my favorite game. No, well, yeah, Dig Dug, Burger Time, all that stuff on the 2600. Yar's Revenge was my absolute favorite game because
Galaga was mine.
Galaga's everybody's favorite game. I've got
that and like Boscow. It's kind of like Galaga, except you can fly around the space and you had to blow up the giant green space stations.
Penny, we're gonna get there. Okay, we're gonna get there. All right. Don't.
Well, before we get there, I'll be right back. Shit, I'm gonna get some water. I ran out.
Okay, go get your water. But I'll tell everybody else. Yar's Revenge. If anybody remembers the original Yar's Revenge on the Atari, it was you looked like a wasp, and in the early games, in the early stages, there was this little barrier where you couldn't shoot while you were in it, but you were immune, and there was just this little this barricade that protected your target, and you just had to keep going, and after a while it would get faster and faster, then the barrier would disappear and you just had to dodge and bob and weave and all this other stuff, and I absolutely loved it. Fantastic, wonderful. Yes, Breakout, Super Breakout. Y'all, we're gonna talk about the show in a minute, okay? We're going down a little nostalgia train in video games, all right? It's eventually I'm going to figure out a day that I'm going to dedicate chill live stream like this, but just talking about video games, or just add an extra live stream that's not when I'm not playing a video game, because I like hanging out with y'all. This is my social life because I don't like leaving home when I get home. I wish that was a joke. I don't like leaving. Pong, I didn't know. Okay, Penny, you may have me beat. I never played. I mean, I played Pong. Obviously, I played Pong, but on the Atari with the little joy paddles. But pole position, God, make me remember all this shit. I have one of those Atari emulators, the joysticks that you plug into your TV that has a whole bunch of games on it. I have one of those. Kind of like the mini Nintendo and the Nintendo Mini, the SNES Mini and the NES Mini. I have one of those with the Atari joystick. And yeah. Let's see. Am I a video game person? Wait. Are you a video game person than you are into films? I noticed you put more vids. Well, so to give you an explanation of that, I have a limited amount of time to do videos. And I talk about the things that interest me at the time. I still have pages talking about everything going on in pop culture. With so much shit going on with video games and so-called Gamergate 2, I find it interesting. It's along the same lines of, why are these developers saying so many stupid things and ostracizing, insulting the potential fans, the potential customers, just like what these assholes in Hollywood are doing. So I want to try to mix it. You know, I've always been a gamer, but I like talking about pop culture. I like talking about just stupid people. And it's like, it's one of those things where you look at something and like Bella Ramsey, when Last of Us TV show was coming out, people were critical of episode 3. People had opinions of episode 3, the gay episode. I thought it was fantastic. My dad thought it was fantastic. I loved the writing, regardless of how much sense it made that you're going to have that. You're going to do something like that in a post-apocalyptic setting. I understand everybody's opinion. I love the whole series. Bella Ramsey came out and said something along the lines, well, if you don't like that, you're not going to like the rest of the show. And it's like, why the fuck would you say that shit? You don't say things that's going to denigrate the fans, that's going to turn them away. And that is something that I'm always going to talk about. You're welcome to your opinion, but if you are in the business of getting more people to watch your shit or to purchase your product, to buy the tickets to see your movie, watch what the fuck you say. And I do not understand why that is such a foreign concept to these people. look pretty. If you're an actor or an actress, go out on the carpet, look pretty, and tell everyone, thank you for paying me to pretend. Anyway, you didn't miss much.
I felt like I missed something.
No, Joshua was asking me if I was more interested in doing gaming news versus theatrical pop culture news, and it's like I do kind of like a mixture of both. But the reason why I've been talking more about gaming the past couple of weeks is because I have a limited time on the number of videos. I can't put out 3 videos a day. I'm lucky if I can put out 1 fucking video a day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so
I put out maybe a video. If I'm lucky, I put out a video a week.
I put out, hey Dustin, what's up? So I talk about the things that pique my interest, and lately, stupid shit that developers are saying, like the narrative director at Bungie, or fucking who is this? Kepler Interactive senior operations and growth manager. It's like talking about the Flintlock Siege of Dawn added to the sweet baby. You just made the list. Yeah, there's a lot of you just made the list shit going on. Anyway, so that being said, anything else you would like to speak about as far as the gaming industry goes? Because I would like to talk about X-Men 97.
I have been playing Final Fantasy 7, and I have Dragon's Dogma queued up.
Oh, you fucker. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to talk about Dragon's Dogma 2.
I know. I saw your video at the transactions.
Now, see, apparently, you can only purchase them one time. So
yes,
it's
that's typically
like,
that's what it was like in the original game.
Yeah.
Everything else you had to earn. I mean, you could still earn it. It's just you could buy it one time. They didn't want you to be able to spam pay. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of pay to win, but not really. I never paid to win because
pay for convenience. Call it what it is. Pay for convenience. And pay for limited convenience. Full disclosure, I hate microtransactions of any way, shape, and form outside of cosmetics, skins, colors, shaders, for whatever. That I couldn't care less. I will never care about that stuff. Anything that makes any aspect of the game just a little bit easier, regardless of how easy it is to get in the game, I am against. And
you could just play the game and not buy it.
Oh, don't do that to me.
I know you're gonna say. I know you're gonna say. You're gonna hold on. You're gonna say that you're just telling the developers, yes, I like this, and
no. It's more nuanced than that. It really is. I also don't like deluxe editions. I don't like anything where I'm going to pay a little extra money to start playing. No. If I can pay an extra $30 and I can get a couple of bells and whistles and start playing the game before everybody else, I don't like that, because you're incentivizing extra money on the $70 motherfucking game. It's already premium price. Okay,
well, look, sir, I'll tell you, I've been waiting.
I understand that. And you know what the problem is? Everything I've heard about Dragon's Dogma 2 sounds fucking fantastic.
It probably is. I'll know whenever I'm done playing through Final Fantasy 7.
Are you going to be am I going to be a hypocrite and eventually play this game? The answer is yes. Oh, the answer is absolutely yes. Is it going to be anytime soon? No, because I don't have
because you just bought Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I just bought Final Fantasy 7 and I'm going to finish that. I'm going to play that, and it's going to be a little while. Like, my birthday's in July, so if someone decides to get it for me for my birthday, that'll be a whole different story. Maybe I can convince somebody. Who knows? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, chat. But yeah, I've heard a lot of fantastic things. I know a lot of people that buy it. My problem, I understand you don't have to buy them. Yep, I get it. You don't have to buy the deluxe editions. I think it's a shitty way for the company to get more money than is necessary. But my main problem, and again, this goes on the defense of it's easy to get the stuff in game. It's like, well, if that's the case, then why is it available to purchase for real money? If it's so easy and so readily available, Why can you get it for cash, even if it's only one time? It should not be there.
They like money.
They like money. And when nobody says anything, this goes all the way back to the motherfucking horse armor, the shit that started it all. It's you're opening the door for worse shit in the future. And I have a problem with that. Just make the goddamn game. Stay away from the microtransactions. Okay? You have games out there that are filled with battle passes and microtransactions. And the examples I like to give is Fortnite. Fortnite's fucking free. And there's no amount of money you can spend on it to be better than anybody else. Rocket League is fucking free. And there's no amount of money. And those games make money. Fucking Epic. Epic has to make money hand over fucking fist because they have the license to make skins for every franchise known to goddamn man.
Maybe Dragon's Dogma, maybe Capcom's trying to get some money back for the whole them running Dragon's Dogma online for years only in Japan. That was one of the things that made me very upset about the
Warframe is free. But yeah, it's all a matter of nickel and diming. But I just have a problem with microtransactions.
I'm just not gonna buy the resources. Mm-hmm. There was actually a fun way to. Well, I don't know if they incorporated it into the original. I know they did in the original Dragon's Dogma. I don't know if you can do it in the new one. So the Rift crystals, right? But you can purchase those. They're used to summon pawns, other people's pawns. So you know how the game. I've talked about this before.
I have no fucking clue. And I don't know anything about the game.
And Dragon's Dogma 2, you make two characters. You make your character and you make your assistant, the pawn. Well, what the Rift is, it links the multiverse together. So you can actually go into other people's worlds without going to their worlds, and you can pull their assistant from their world to join your party. And then whatever experience and other people can do it to your pawn too. Like, so your pawn can go to another person's world. Whatever experience they gain in that world comes back to you whenever your pawn joins your game again. It doesn't leave your game. Like, it's like it creates the Rift creates clones of your pawn. So even though if you're playing your game and someone summons your pawn, it's not gonna take your pawn away from you. Anyway, point is, Rift Crystal.
I'm going to wish list the game. Apparently, I can't do that from the fucking app.
Hold on.
Really?
Rift crystals, what they are meant to be is that they're an in-game currency that you can either build up over time by playing the game, and you can use those to summon. It's like power source to summon the other people to summon pawns. Now, how the game works, if you whatever level you are, your main character, any pawn that's lower level than you this is with the original game. I don't know if it's this new game. I haven't touched the new game yet. But if you say if you were like level 50, any pawn that was level like 49 or lower would be free to summon. Anything higher anything higher,
it costs you
Rift crystals.
Okay.
But if let's say you have a friend who min-maxes everything and has already beaten the game as level 200, if they're your friend on your friends list, the pawn is free to summon.
Yeah.
Point is, that's what Rift crystals and that's what the currency is. To say you want to get a stronger pawn to come aid you, you'd have to pay. You could earn the Rift crystals, or you can pay to have the Rift crystals and then go summon a stronger pawn, someone else's creation.
Yeah, I'm highlighting this. Penny, it's a coincidence, but my son is playing Exo Primal right now because he likes fighting dinosaurs. It's just kind of funny. I downloaded it last night.
You should put him on. You should get him a Sega and then let him play that old. What's that old dino fighting game? You remember? It was like you could play as like a dino. If you played dinosaurs and eventually you could unlock playing as a dragon. It was literally it was Mortal Kombat but dinosaurs. I can't remember what the fucking name of the game was. I remember playing it when I was a kid.
Chicken Suit. I'm losing track of the chat. Don't go to other people's world.
Primal
Make sure
Rage?
you have the CPU. Primal Rage.
Was it Primal Rage?
I have no idea.
I'm asking. I don't know. Let me.
Chicken wing, hot dogs and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies. Chicken wing.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Bologna,
Yeah, Primal Rage.
Chilling with my homies. I'm gonna end up wish listing Dragon's Dogma 2 and waiting for a sale.
It's a fantastic game.
I know.
Well, okay, the original Dragon's Dogma.
Oh my god, you're going to be a hypotcrite. Yes, of course I'm going to be.
I haven't touched
why?
a new
Here's
game.
The thing.
Because I have a thing where I can't play a new game until I finish the game I'm currently on. So
somebody made a comment on my video talking about the microtransactions and shit, as well as the de novo anti-cheat, the optimization and stuff for the PC and all this other stuff, and how you go to towns, you're fucked with frame rate. Gamers will tolerate, and this kind of goes to the SBI shit and the what people see as forced diversity. Gamers will tolerate so much bullshit in a game if it's good. And this is a perfect example. You have half the gamers saying, trying to excuse it or justify it or just ignore this one-time microtransaction, whatever you want to call it. You can call it an add-on, or it's just what you get with the deluxe edition. And apparently that's what it is. It's just what you get with the deluxe edition for an extra $10 or some shit. And the game is so good, you have a group of people that just don't fucking care because the game's awesome. But you have another group of people who understand that it's a bit of a slippery slope. You know, what happens when the next game they put out, they realize how everyone was so okay with that little bit. Why is everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The developers and the CEOs and the executives and everything, the investors, they want you to push the envelope. So all of a sudden, halfway through the game, it starts throttling your progression. That's the main thing that I'm going to rant and rave and rail on all the time. Give them an inch, they take a mile. It's what started all this shit back with the horse armor and with Star Wars Battlefront 2, with the fucking loot boxes and all this other shit. That's where it all started. We're almost getting to a point where it's not so predatory, but then you can't let a developer like especially like fuck Capcom, with their de novo anti-cheat and claiming that add-ons are ways of cheating, making add-ons, making mods for a game. Well, that's just like cheating. It's like, fuck you. No, it's not. It's a single player game. Like, you don't need to make the game easier. It's a fucking single player game. It doesn't need to be there. But anyway, I'm going to admit it now. It's like, I'm going to be a hypocrite slightly, a little bit, because
yeah, well, you know what?
Fantastic fucking game. But I'm not paying $70. I'm not paying $70.
I like most of Capcom's games. Some of not all of them, but I like Devil May Cry. I like Monster Hunter. I like
see, I think with Monster Hunter World, can you have can you implement an extra anti-cheat program into a console game? Because that's pretty much fucking anti-cheat already. You're not modding anything to be able to cheat on a console.
Oh.
A lot of people have a problem with de novo anti-cheat because it
throttles their game or fucks the game up.
It shits on the performance of the game, like over and over again. So when you add anti-cheat to the game, because it's
the funny thing is, people will always find a way to get around it, or they will just find a way to break the game. Like, so in the original Dragon's Dogma, there was this really, really tough boss to beat. It was Death, basically. It was in the DLC. And like, he's just, if he got you in his light, he would stun you, and if his sight touched you, it was basically an instant kill. No matter what level you were, no matter what like protections you had on you, it was, because it's Death, it's instant kill. He touched you, you're dead. Well, so you had to like really dodge and bob and weave and kill this guy. But some people found a cheat way to do it. Because Death can fly. If you would wait for him to fly over a chasm and hit him with like some firecracker arrows, it would stun him and he would drop to his death and he would die instantly. And I think they tried to patch it, but they couldn't because it would you had to be able to stun Death if you hit him with certain things. So they just had to let it go. And it was like a way for people to level up really fast.
Oh, I'm not Skank. That's Skank there. Skank's dead. Sorry, that's the line that popped into my head when you started talking about Death. The Crow. The good one. Because this new remake is going to be shit. I'm going to tell your girlfriend. I'm going to tell your fiance that you need to watch it. Not even
she knows I've never seen. She knows I've never seen it. I don't think she's seen it either.
Oh, y'all need. Oh God, y'all need to watch the original. Y'all need to watch it. Highly recommend it. But shall we get on to? Oh, that's an interesting ad. Pool to party. Where'd it go? She had titties. The game's graphics make it worth playing. Well, that's a fucking lie. On to X-Men 97. Fuck Morph. Fuck that character. I hate him. He's gay. He's not non-binary. He's gay. He's got the hots for Wolverine. He wants to get in the shower with him. Oh,
I did notice that scene.
Fucking spoiler. Like, I'm sorry. There is absolutely no denying after this episode what they want to do with Morph. He's gay. He's not non-binary. He's not bisexual, because you can't make a character bisexual in any of this shit. They have to be gay because they can't go back to being straight, because there will be an uproar. Oh my God, you're killing a gay character. Fuck off. He's got the hots for Wolverine. It's going to happen. Just expect it. Now, that being said, I absolutely love the whole fucking episode, the rest of the episode. How? Okay. Fuck. What's her name?
Jean Grey.
God damn it. No, not Jean. Yeah, there we go. Madeline Pryor. How? Like, I'm not familiar with the X-Men universe, but aren't you? Like,
I have some knowledge, but I don't know who Madeline is. That's a name unfamiliar to me.
It shouldn't be okay. Madeline Pryor is the clone of Jean Grey, the Goblin Queen. You watched the episode, right?
Yes. I'm saying prior to this.
This is fucking pulled straight out of the comic book, and I think it's kind of neat. I like it.
Like the original, like the comic that followed the X-Men 97 show.
I don't know. Let's see, when her first appearance. Yeah, like created. Let's see, first appearance in American Comics Marvel 1983. So she's been around for quite some time, and I'm sorry, but this is a fantastic picture of lovely Shaskrin. Come on, boom. Now can you imagine if she'd have walked down the steps in that outfit? I did like that they had her sitting in a chair at the top of the steps, but
when she pulled up in that outfit, we were watching it after which, by the way, everybody, this man right here did not know that Nathan Summers was Cable.
I knew Cable was the son of Jean and Scott Summers.
He didn't put two and two together. He texted me. He's like, Nathan Summers is Cable?
No. Let's go ahead and read the actual fucking text, you tit.
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
It was, and I quote, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Nathan is Cable." That's how I said it. I know it's text, because when I looked it up and went, "Oh, you fucking idiot." That was my response. Like, really? You dumb shit. You didn't realize that, like, when did
it hit you whenever he got infected with the technovirus?
When I looked it up online.
It's probably because he didn't have the white hair. That's probably what threw you off.
It's because I didn't know the fucker's name. I did not know Cable's name was Nathan. Okay. Oops. Sorry. What, Mr. Sinister? Yes, that was Mr. Sinister.
Yes. For what? Like in the show? He was in there. I actually met Mr. Sinister not through the show, but I met him while playing X-Men Legends 2. It was basically Marvel's attempt to make like a Diablo-style game, which they started off with X-Men Legends and then X-Men Legends 2, and then I think it was Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
See, so, okay. Let's see. Wait, no, move this over here. I'm sorry. Should we put the video on and go through it? Because there's some scenes we could do that. Where'd it go?
What, the X-Men show?
Oh, because I'm in the wrong fucking directory.
My fiance was like, "Why'd they make Magneto so hot?"
I'm sorry, he looks.
She meant like, why did they make him look so buff? I was like, he's always been buff. Like he's always been. He's older, but he's always been very well in shape.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Yes, previously on X-Men. Nope. Hold on. Boom.
I did notice that scene. This scene did like irk me the wrong way when Morph walked in the shower with that smile on his face, like he was trying to get something out of Wolverine.
Oh God. So let's see what we got here. I don't know how well this is gonna fucking work. I'm not pressing play at all. Ooh, razzle dazzle. Let's see. Yep.
And yes,
so
Penny,
the revelation.
You were right. We were wrong.
What's that?
The clone angle, not the time angle.
She called it.
Yes.
Not bad.
I'm like 90% sure Penny called it last week.
So the revelation. Oh wait, let's see. Hold on. We have a new one. I am X Mob. How you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. They just want everyone to keep fighting each other. Probably so. The more people disagree with each other, the easier they're out of control. But that's a whole different story. What sort of mind fuck is this going to do for Scott?
Oh, I mean that's almost. I mean that's not a relationship breaker, but that's one way to fuck with a relationship. That's for sure.
That is that is an absolute mind fuck, because how long?
When was she replaced? No one knows.
When was she replaced? They don't know. They have no idea. Like it's actually Jean Grey that showed up, and Cable was born from a clone. I mean, I'd like to compliment somebody's writing here. So, okay. Now, when Madeline first showed up, everyone thought Jean was Grey, though. Jean Grey was dead. So let's see. Look, it's the ambiguous. It's the ambiguously gay morph. Oh, fucking shit.
Did you read that? Did you read that article I posted in Jason's Discord for the?
Oh, you talking about the voice actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that ignorant tit statement. I just hadn't gotten around to talking about it. So I'm questioning. So this whole scene right there, Jean freaking out, or I guess Madeline Pryor freaking out and taking Nathan away, and nobody, like everyone immediately believes that she's a clone and that Jean Grey is the one on the couch that just showed up.
Well, remember, there was clone shenanigans with Morph previously, wasn't there?
I don't know.
Belch. I'm pretty well. If I'm not mistaken, I think clones happened in the original series.
Yeah. Morph is a self-insert is a Bo DeMeo self-insert. I'm going to say that right now. Bo DeMeo wants to be Morph and sleep with Wolverine. I'm serious when I look at these remakes and modernized versions. That's a dirty word, okay? That is a dirty, awful, filthy word, Joshua. Modernized. Of the original thing, I feel nothing for him. Like the magic just isn't there anymore. Now, see, I wouldn't consider this a remake. I'm still a little iffy on the whole modernization part outside of Morph. That God. I guess it's besides
Morph, no one really has been modernized.
Not yet. I don't see it yet. But can the handling of one character ruin the entire experience for you. And I think that's an individual. That's a case by case basis for each individual person.
I mean, yeah, that one scene was like very like, okay, that's what they're trying to do with this, but the rest of the series like has been nothing but good.
So fucking on the nose.
I mean, I've been enjoying it. Like,
I mean, okay,
it doesn't feel like they're trying to push a message with this show.
Not yet. So far, so good. I know a lot of people complained about the second episode with the human group making comparisons to January 6th MAGA, blah 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 blah. But if you take a second, look at it with a little bit of nuance, I can understand where they're coming from. But
this man Magneto has killed millions of people.
But the whole I'm talking about that dumb shit smashing Scott in the face. It's the whining. I can't stand the whining. It's like, okay, maybe a little on the nose, maybe a little heavy-handed, but also at the same time, it's humans who feel threatened with extinction because of the X-Men. So it's like,
I mean, if you think about it, these humans also live in a world where aliens invade them. People with like massive like world-ending powers come around like on a regular, like the mutants invading like Magneto, Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse. Just shit. They live in a world constantly where they're the bottom of the fucking barrel. They have one guy walking on the planet that if he gets pissed off enough can just break the fucking world they walk on. People would, if this was real life, people would probably be very afraid of these people if this was like genuinely a thing. Like you've got, for example, Jean with a thought could lobotomize the entire planet if she wanted to.
I understand. And that's why, well, see, I looked at the speech and the whole scene and everything is like, it's fitting for the X-Men universe to happen. So, and I try to look at things from a normie perspective, tinfoil hat perspective, as many perspective as possible. And then I pass I make a decision based on which one, is more.
I mean, hell, the guy who they're describing as a terrorist, aka Magneto, if he wanted to, he could stop the planet from spinning and kill everyone at once, which he did in the comic, by the way,
including himself. Oh, and Joshua says it's a dirty word to use, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. Everything we get is modernized. Sorry, my brain, I skipped there for a second. Everything we get is modern. Not quite everything. We have some few gems. Don't forget, Arcane is coming out. Arcane season 2 is coming out in November. Like they don't carry or magic. No, that is 100% true. It doesn't carry the hype. I watched the Acolyte trailer and felt fuck and all about it. I felt nothing, just nothing, and that makes me sad. Magic and Mojo like the older stuff did. Yep, you are absolutely true, dude. It's not just me. It's not just me. Okay.
Are you Josh now?
It's not just you, Joshua. It is a large portion of the fans. It's not because you're older. It's because you have common sense. So, like I said, this scene, the idea that everyone just kind of, I mean, it really just it came across as everyone turned on who they thought was Jean Grey like nothing. And I was like, really? Would they really do that?
Probably. They live, I mean, think about it. Again, this is a world where shit like this is all regular.
I'll have you know, I was running 103 fever on my senior prom, and I barely made it home. So no, it was a miserable night for me.
Again, remember, this is something that happens on the regular in their world, and they know that
but she's been with them. She's been with them for so long. Scott is holding their baby.
I know. I mean, it's not that they turned on her, but they didn't like attack her. If anything, she's the one who she launched the first. She technically launched the first attack. Whenever.
Yeah. Let's see. I would smash. Yes, especially when she. Yeah. Especially when she changed her clothes. Yeah, baby.
Technically, she's the one who attacked the X-Man.
Found out that
before. They weren't forcing her to leave. They weren't trying to do anything to her. They just Mr. Sinister got to her head. She technically lost the first attack on the X-Man. So it's not like.
How do I go? Oh. Let's see if we can play it just a teeny tiny bit. It's not.
And then Disney's gonna.
God damn it!
Disney's gonna own.
5 seconds. Oh God.
Oh look, there you go. There's your scene.
Yeah, there's my scene. Yeah, let's go. 30 seconds. 10.
Oh yeah, that little mentally fuck with that's fucked up for Jean. Well, the Madeline to like get inside everybody's mind, find their insecurities, and then just project that all over the mansion.
Let's see. Okay, you talking about this? When I look at these remakes and modernized versions of the original thing, I feel nothing. No, I read that one. What did I miss? Tap it again. I'm terrible at scrolling up. Old modernization is a dirty word. Biggest problem with modernized shit, people always fail to know the difference between improving and making unnecessary changes. I did see that, and I was going to say something. I said something in my brain, but it didn't come out my face. Changes to these adaptations for better or worse with filming and gaming. Yes. Was that it? No, spam all you want. I don't consider it a spam as long as you're not, all caps, all this stuff over and over and over and over and over again. I miss shit.
We all miss shit.
Okay, it's all fucking coming together. But yeah, this lovely little scene.
He offered to scratch Wolverine's back in the shower, right?
Offered to get the hard to reach places
with claws for some reason.
I just like, this was the most on the nose scene. Yeah. Really, Steve? Have problems getting it up? Thankfully, that's not an issue.
Yet.
At least,
You're old enough that you're getting there.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm the best I've ever had. Thank you very much. This was fucking creepy. Coming out the TV. I did like some of the horror aspects of this episode.
Oh yeah, I really liked that. That was it's like Jean was using every bit of psychological fuckery she could with these people's minds. Or Madeline. Sorry.
Madeline. So, okay. Biggest problem with modernization is the difference between improving and making unnecessary changes. Yes, I will definitely agree. Making the unnecessary changes, you can look at the Halo TV show. Unnecessary changes like what? Well, Master Cheeks. It's a fucking meme now. And I was talking about it this morning at my tailgate meeting, how you have an actor who comes out and says, I have to take my helmet off because how else would people understand what the character is emoting and what emotions they're going through? It's like, well, that just makes you a terrible fucking actor. Unnecessary changes to the story. It also depends on like what we would consider as fans as unnecessary and what the studio considers necessary, and why they consider it necessary. Like if it's a pacing issue, or if something needs to be in the story or doesn't need to be in the story, like we'll go with Tom Bombadil in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Tom Bombadil was, a lot of people could see it as an unnecessary aspect of the movie. He was taken out of the story. Lots of different things added, removed, or whatever. As far as like, unnecessary changes for ideological reasons, that's a whole, they consider that 100% necessary, which we see as just checkbox bullshit, and the story suffers. So I think the same thing is a case-by-case basis. And I think I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
I mean, the problem is you're letting the problem is you're letting the wrong people get a hold of the shows we like. That's realistically it. They're trying to get. I know you're going to say meritocracy.
Do you remember when we got the news that Disney bought Star Wars, and we were so fucking excited, and it was like,
they're going to like pump a budget into that movie,
or just make something good and then.
What had been Disney Star Wars hadn't made any.
We see the trailer and was like, "Oh, this is exciting," and then we see the movie and go, "Wait a minute, this was A New Hope." And then
I mean, like, let's see, when did I think Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005, and Disney bought Star Wars in 2012. We hadn't gotten anything Star Wars related in 7 years. And so we thought Star Wars was dead. Like there was no more movies coming out. The series ended with Luke defeating the Empire.
But we didn't need. You had a massive fan base keeping Star Wars alive. You had an expanding
video
universe.
games,
You had
and the books
writing, and you had video games keeping the franchise alive. And then
Force Unleashed was a fantastic video game, by the way.
Yeah. The Disney buys the golden goose and cooks the motherfucker for Thanksgiving, and now we're getting the leftovers, the burnt leftovers. Halo Raptor has been pissing people off. Yes, Master Cheeks taking his helmet off. Apparently, he didn't put his helmet on. Like I think in season 2, he didn't put his helmet on until like halfway through the season. And I was like, "Oh, the horror! That was fucking creepy." That was creepy.
I feel like this character is an analogy for coming out.
What? Oh,
Roger.
Sunspot?
Even though he hasn't shown any.
Isn't he using his fucking powers? Look up Sunspot. He
refuses to use his powers. He doesn't want to admit he's a mutant. It's kind of like he's an analogy for coming out of the closet.
Oh God.
Think about it. He doesn't want to tell his parents. He doesn't want to tell his parents he's a mutant, aka he's gay. He's constantly hiding his powers, or aka hiding his identity.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm wrong. Like he's refusing a part of himself. Then eventually, there's going to be a big scene about self-acceptance, which is that coming to terms with either being gay, aka a mutant. Think about it. He is literally walking.
You don't have to convince me. It's like I kept watching this going, he has powers. Why aren't you using them? They're beneficial. You can use them, and you're just holding them back, and it's like suppressing them. It's like, no, be yourself, fucker. I mean, that's an easy analogy in the X-Men universe. They've done it numerous times. But Hollywood thinks that they're making improvements to what's been made out there. The reason why they think they're making improvements is because they think they can do better than the original creator of the product. It's narcissism, it's arrogance, they're talentless hacks that don't deserve, they haven't earned the right, and I'm going to say it, they haven't earned the right to adapt any of these products because they don't have any experience, they have no fucking talent. And now we get a documentarian that's going to do the Rey movie. Yay, that's going to fucking tank. The dislikes on the Acolyte trailer apparently have reached over 500,000. But I guess that's all the toxic misogynist. That's all the toxic misogynist man babies that just don't want to see a female-led Star Wars film. It's like, bitch, fuck you. Princess Leia is the big badass we all love. They remake everything and destroy the franchise. Yep. They just move on from one after another and just tanking it, ostracizing the fans. But the thing is, honestly, they can only destroy the future or what they try to create, because I will always love Star Wars. I will always
same here. Lego. My wedding is Star Wars themed.
Yeah, baby. I use Lego as the example. They have a license with Star Wars, just like they have a license
speaking
with
of Lego, for me to cut you off. Hold on.
Fuck you. Have you gotten them? I'm not going to say it.
Hold on. I have a 3D printer. I have told you this. I have a 3D printer now. Oh. I can print you Lego stuff now.
No.
No, I'm saying like stuff you're like not saying the actual Legos, but like if you need like stands for your Legos, like I can make stuff that like Legos can pop on. You can. Or yeah, that piqued your interest. You can make little displays with your Legos now.
Yep.
If you want, that is.
Real quick. They don't do this. Let's see. Why not just improve something without changes? Because, like I said,
they're out of ideas. So they don't.
No, they think they're better than the original creator, and they want to modernize it, which in their eyes, that is race changing, gender swaps,
what they're
making
doing
the character gay because they're creatively bankrupt and they think they're better than the original creator. Because
what they're doing,
they firmly
honestly,
they firmly believe that the creators were toxic, racist, bigot, misogynist, whatever, and they have to change it. Fuck you, Hasbro. Fuck you, Wizard of the Coast. Anyway. Sorry.
What they're honestly doing is they're just taking the original stories and they're changing the characters around to be. They're replacing, like, it's like the same thing that Disney's doing with Star Wars, what Disney's doing with X-Men. They're taking the stories, like, so new characters, like, I don't know, example, Jane Foster's Thor, right? They're taking some of the newer stuff, like in the comics, like Thor's already done that stuff in the comics. They're trying to respin it. They don't have any new ideas. They're not hiring people. No. They're not hiring creative people anymore. They're hiring checkboxes that will not make new stories.
They are casting directors. They are casting.
They're not
showrunners. They're not hiring them. They're casting them to look good.
These people think they're creative because they think they're being I don't know. I hate to say it, but I feel like people, like nowadays, people would use their who they are to get into a job position.
Absolutely.
Like they won't like it's not. I don't feel like they're hiring based off of credibility. Like this one person who, I don't know, went to school for this stuff or has, or you can. I'm pretty sure Marvel started out and DC too. Like they went out and they wanted to make comic books and they got in touch with people who were already making comics, because there were comics before Marvel and DC. And they're like, hey, we like your stuff. We say that we like the way you write. Why don't you come over here and work with us? It would help us create these characters. Now, granted, Stan Lee and fuck. Oh, damn it.
The other Jew.
What's his name?
I'm gonna get canceled.
Oh shit! I know his name. It's
always your friend. But no, you are correct. What you're describing is called a meritocracy, something that we so desperately need across all the entertainment industries. But unfortunately, that's not where we're getting, because
Jack Kirby.
Diversity and inclusion. Jack Kirby. But diversity and inclusion is more important than actual fucking talent. But I want to address this comment. I do not think your comment is political, X-Mob. It is, but I have, like, the shareholders just want less revolt from the public. If that were the case, the shareholders would grow a set and start forcing these executives to actually put out a good product.
Well, the companies are lying to the shareholders right now, aren't they? Like, they're
hiding. How can you lie to a fucking shareholder when your stock prices are tanking, when it's obvious that the revenue that these movies are getting at the theater is it's diminishing returns. It's getting less and less and less and less and less. But no, there's a lovely word. I'm learning all these different words and these different metrics and everything. Fiduciary responsibility. The executives have a fiduciary responsibility to the shareholders to make money. And when they are constantly not making money, when their decisions are leading to less and less return on the investment, then it is the shareholders' responsibility. And apparently there are some out there that are making complaints, but when the majority overrule the others, what are they supposed to do? So I don't see that.
Maybe someone in the movie area is doing the same thing that Sweet Baby Inc. is doing, and like saying, hey, keep sponsoring this.
It's the fucking studios. They don't need consulting groups. It's Disney. It's Warner Brothers. It's these jackholes.
Keep sponsoring us, or we're gonna
or else. Absolutely. They're hiring activists. God, we're gonna get back to X-Men. Repeat the lie long enough, even the liars will. Yes, if you repeat it enough, people will simply start believing it. It's an NPC update. Checking every single quota possible. Get on the screen. Yep. Checking every single quota possible is how they think they can achieve less revolt. The problem is the general public, the normies, are slowly starting to see what's going on. They're seeing the piss poor writing, and they're starting to noticing it more and more, and closing their wallets, especially right now when luxuries are people are spending less and less on what one would consider luxuries. Going to the movie is a luxury. Buying a $70 video game is considered a luxury. So that spending is getting less and less because people are being more selective because there's more and more shit coming out at the theater. You get more games like fucking Forspoken and Saints Row Reboot, where might be fun, but the writing is shit. They hate the original stuff. Yes, they hate. Oh, absolutely. They hate the original stuff because they was written by the white man. I mean, sure, maybe I'm being hyperbolic with that statement, but it is what it looks like. You know,
they like
it's so
to
difficult.
pretend.
I've tried.
They like to pretend that they didn't have like people of other ethnicities in the comics. Like literally, Marvel and DC are full of them. Like I don't know, like I don't understand where they're coming from, where they get like how are they able to fool people? I'm gonna use a broad term, let's just say people that majority lean left. I don't understand how they're able to fool people into believing that people of color or I don't know,
I fucking hate
different
that
section.
term.
I know you
Jesus
do. I know you do. But God forbid if we
fuck.
say the other way, people will come after
Colored
us.
Colored people. That's verboten. So we're gonna switch the words around and put an of in the middle of it. People
Anyway,
of color. Fuck off.
them,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
like people like who have different sexualities have always existed in comic books and old stories. Like they were there.
Alpha Flight. Go back to Alpha Flight. I mean, fuck, dude.
So I don't understand like what leg these people are standing on to like say y'all didn't have this in the older days, so we're correcting it to have it now. I was like, no, they've always had it.
Because they don't realize and they don't want to do the research to see what existed before 2010, 2015, or for some reason 2016. I don't know what happened then. Oh God. The first ever female lead. It's like, bitch, go back and fucking watch Alien. Go back and watch Terminator.
I mean,
go back.
Hell, Superman was created by what immigrants was it Italian immigrants? I can't remember. It was after World War II. Superman was created because I think no, it wasn't after World War II. It was something some I can't remember. Some immigrants came over. They may have been Jewish, they may have been Italian. I don't remember what their ethnicity was, but they felt isolated like aliens, and they wanted to create something that made them feel this way, but also inspire people. So they made Superman. Like he was literally made because of people who are different than I guess the white guy. I don't fucking know. Like it's always been about the differences of people. Like Superman is an analogy in himself that no matter where you come from, you could be anybody you want, and you could be accepted by everybody or hated by everybody. It really doesn't matter, honestly. But comics have always been an outlet for people to get their message across without getting a message across, if that makes sense.
So Joshua says that was my theory. Why are they hating on the original stuff because it was written by white people, and why not adapt the comic books, the lore, the novels, and or video games correctly because they don't know how? Oh, and it's because they was written by the white man. Yes. Also, I believe it was a year or two ago where Respect the Lore, some stupid fucking website's name is like it's an alt. they called it an alt-right dog whistle, or another way of being racist. If to respect the lore is another way of saying you're racist.
I'm bad. Sorry, it was during it's like right before World War II that Superman was made, by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Siegel's Jewish.
It's Siegel.
Yes, Siegel.
I think 1938 was that right before World War II started? Or was that during World War II? I can't remember when World War II started.
I got C's in history, dude. I did.
They were. I think they were Jews escaping the Nazis. Hold on.
What? They hate Steve Rogers because he symbolizes white supremacy. So what do? They strip a black man, a black superhero, of his identity and give him a hand-me-down.
Okay. Okay, so officially, so the two guys were Jewish, and they left Germany because the Nazis had already taken. So the war didn't start until 1939 when Germany invaded Poland, but there was stuff happening behind the scenes before Poland was invaded. So they left the country and came to America before World War II started, and then they made Superman, because they felt isolated like aliens. Or they were technically alien or immigrants. I don't know, but I remember reading about the story. I'm not going to recite. I'm not going to pull the whole article, but that's the gist of it. Anyway, point is, stories have always been. These stories have always been a way to represent other people without making it like blatantly obvious in your face. It's always been a positive outlet for representation, without being forced representation, if that makes sense. I find, like the X-Men, for example, I've always viewed X-Men as like they were the people who were they can cover any demographic.
Yeah, because they can cover just outcasts. They like anyone who was outcast, not accepted, ostracized, shunned, or whatever, regardless of what demographic you covered. If that was you, you could relate to the X-Men.
Yes, like I never felt like I couldn't not relate to any of the X-Men, no matter
Josh,
what
were you starting to
race or sex they were.
Like oh fuck. Shit. I can't remember his name. I'm so ashamed. On Saturday Night Hypnosis. Fuck. Y'all help me out. I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, that's why I'm talking. That's why I'm talking to the chat. Atreus. Fuck. You're starting to sound like Atreus.
I don't know. I've always felt like older comics were. I mean, yeah, there were some comics that have got banned or removed because some people that had negative opinions on other types of people wrote those comics, but that's not all the comics. I mean, as far as I know, Luke Cage, Black Panther was a king of a country. But like I'm not saying like these characters have never been shown or don't get shown in like bad lights that make them seem like stereotypes. Like sometimes they're bad because the story demands them to be bad. Like when Wakanda goes to war with another country because of its political stuff, because that's just countries. Countries do that. That's not a stereotype.
We're going over history lessons now, Penny. Hey, talk to everybody. I gotta go use the loo. I'll be right back.
I'm just saying, like I feel like
admire this lovely lady on the screen.
I just don't feel like character, at least in my personal view, any character that was black or just an example like Black Panther, Spawn, Falcon, Luke Cage, I never, or Storm, I never felt like they were represented poorly, even when they were being written by white people. Like it always felt like they were never meant to be a stereotype. Hell, Storm was considered a goddess by her people because she could control the fucking weather. Yes, Spawn is very good. I have almost all of Spawn's comics. I think I was at a comic book store the other day. It was a couple months ago, or actually it was last year. I haven't been to that comic store in a while. They had the entire Spawn series in 4 books. Like they made it an omnibus, I think that's what it's called. They took the entire comic series and like each book was like 3 inches thick.
Everywhere around the world. Okay, anyway.
Yes, Steve. I feel like they weren't written to be black. They were written to be characters.
They were written to be characters that people could relate to.
And they were really good. People fell in love with these characters, and not because they were of the color of their skin. They fell in love with these characters because they were written well and they were good characters. And anybody, like, it doesn't matter who you were, you could relate to these characters. Like, you didn't matter if you were a white kid watching or reading a Luke Cage comic, you could still relate to Luke Cage because he dealt with problems that anyone could deal with, but except for, him being bulletproof and getting shot at. You tried that and you will die.
World War II history and history. Spawn is dope. Spawn was awesome. I did enjoy Spawn. that was my introduction to Todd McFarlane's artwork, and I absolutely loved it, which got me into his Spider-Man run. I still own those comics.
When he introduced, didn't he draw? Didn't he's the one who drew Venom? He created the design for Venom.
I don't know. Oh God, no! Oh no! So X-Men 97. What else? I have to say, I was a little like the first two episodes, meh. This one, absolutely 100%. I loved this episode.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 people being credited at creating Venom. Todd McFarlane's one of them. There's there's 5 other people who are being credited as creating Venom.
Does she have hips in this picture? Oh my God, she's thick. Madeline Pryor, tick.
They took all of Rogue's assets and passed it on to her.
Oh God.
I saw someone. I was going through Facebook today, and I saw someone took a scene from went through the entire original series and said, and just to make a point that it wasn't just one frame.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, somebody. Yeah. I think Venom is supposed to have a white spider on his chest, and yet they didn't have it in the Sony movies. I think that may have had something to do with the rights issue.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
He hadn't met Spider-Man yet, even though Sony owns Spider-Man. I think they had a deal set up with Disney though to have them eventually enter the Marvel universe at some point, or the MCU.
No, Hoshi's being facetious. No. We make jokes. I joke, I kid. I don't think my joke is working. I must flee quick. So I have questions, and I am curious as how they're going to handle it. Look, them titties. See, there's your desexualization. So maybe, perhaps they did some aspects, maybe not so much all the aspects. What's going to happen? Like how do you think? What's up, Shaggy? Like I said earlier, the whole mind fuck with Scott, what's going to happen? How is he going to relate? Because I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
I think that their relationship is definitely going to need some work now.
Let's see. Nope. Come on. Where is it? There we go. Right.
This little awkward scene. Like
man.
They were building some tension with this episode.
Dustin, it's the same voice actor. Okay. It is confirmed that it is the same voice actor from the original show. He's just older.
Yeah, look,
practice. So
but have you ever heard the Wolverine voice? Like, I bet you that would literally be murder on his throat. Like, whenever I do voice impressions, like, for example, like whenever I do voice impressions of like Nappa from Dragon Ball Z Abridged or Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, it fucks with my throat. Like, it hurts. Like, unless you practice it and like get the right throat exercises, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, but also the guy's 30 years
probably old. Yeah, he's a lot older. Like, he's probably doesn't. Hell, you're lucky enough. You're lucky he's able to have the voice at all, because I mean, he could not be able to voice like for example, like Val Kilmer, right? Val Kilmer used to be a good actor, and he still is a good actor. He's just he can't.
I think he can't. Doesn't he have throat cancer and can't talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like I'm saying, like, you're lucky the man can still talk at his age. Like, he's probably he's probably up there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the different dynamics going on with this episode, everything they set up. So are they insinuating that since Nathan is going to the future, he's not going to be able to come back?
I think this might be his origin of how he goes to the future.
Yeah. Now you have Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey clone, out and about in the world with the same powers as Jean fucking Grey.
But not nearly as powerful though, because I don't know if Jean still has Jean will always have access to the Phoenix because the Phoenix and her have an on and off relationship. Like the Phoenix.
But again, the big question is, when did the switch happen?
It may have happened right after the Phoenix because that was when Jean, quote unquote, died and came back.
Yeah. I mean, if they're copying directly from the comics, I guess that would be an indication of when it happened.
It's like the only because like
sent him to the future and didn't think he'd ever be able to come back. So I mean, it looks like that's what they're doing in this as well. So I kind of like it's like if they're just taking the good stories from the comic and adapting them for
remember what I told you a couple months ago is that when the original show ended, they continued it in a comic series.
Okay.
So they could just literally be doing that. They could be just taking the comics that happened after the show ended and moving it to to just reanimating it basically. I didn't read the comics. So I don't know. Yeah. It's a theory that I have. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the chat or the comments later on in the video.
The comment section, which I can't seem to name in my videos because I always call, tell me what you think, chat. Oh, fuck, it's the comment section. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I like where this is going so far. The story threads that they've set up have me intrigued.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely got me.
I think this episode is far better than the first two, although I didn't have a problem with the trial of Magneto. Maybe I was too hyped because everybody talking about how fantastic this and fantastic that. So that's my own fault. But yeah, this episode.
Oh yeah, no, this episode created a lot of drama points that like could lead to a really good story. Like it feels like they've given themselves a lot, like a good springboard to bounce off of. In my opinion, it feels like they've set themselves up for a good. They've laid a good foundation for this show.
We got 2 seasons of this. We got 2 seasons of this coming for sure, with Bo DeMayo's involvement when he's not doing his OnlyFans. Yeah, I said it. Still no confirmation of why he was fired a week before the fucking show came out. Oh my god. Oh, that's wild. So we'll see where this goes. And of course, season 2 of Velma. And now
Forge.
Now what? Okay, so remind me who Forge is. I'm familiar with the name.
Actually, I was the same way. I feel like I remember the name, but I don't remember who Forge is.
Oh, and I just want to say, I love this look. I really do. I do. No, I know some people out there, they don't like it. They don't like the mohawk, but
she's had a mohawk before. It does not bother me.
I am fucking aware of that. We've talked about it before. I know. And I've talked about the minifigure I have, but Storm, the mohawk. Yes. Forge is the mutant that fixes shit. Okay, yeah. He's the He's I guess the engineer mutant.
I guess. It's been a really long time, but the name is so familiar, but
why take Rogue's ass away and give it to Madeline Pryor? Because she's a redhead. And redheads are sexy. Hyper invention.
That's Harris, sir.
What?
That's Harris, sir. Racist, but Harris. It was a joke. A poor joke, but a joke nonetheless.
A joke nonetheless. Okay. I don't know if I want to give you A or F. The OG invented the neutralizer gun, which took away Storm's power. Oh. Okay. So if that's the case, then yeah, it's.
What do you think? This is the guy who made the gun that took her powers away, and it's a storyline that might get tied up in later.
Maybe so. Oh, Storm. I mean, Storm's going to get her abilities back.
Oh yeah, I mean, this whole episode literally just hinted at it.
Redheaded white women are the fucking best. Yes, they are. I love me some redheads. That's my kryptonite.
We know.
Take my soul. I'm okay with that. So thoroughly enjoying this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely. I'm I'm a little sketchy on recommending it to anyone who hasn't watched it because I don't know what the rest of the season holds.
I mean, they can always come back and listen. I mean, why not? Give it a chance. It's better than it's honestly better than what mostly Marvel's been putting out as of late. So yeah, go ahead. I mean, if you like the X-Men, besides Morph, I don't.
And if you can put up with Morph.
It was only honestly, it was only the one scene though. That's realistically it.
But God, they're gonna fucking run with that story, man.
I mean, granted, it was a little weird that they had Wolverine tackle him at the end of episode 2. Like whenever he turned in, like they like to play fight as Saber. He likes to turn into other people.
God,
it did seem a little cringe. But Wolverine is a combatant, and they do constantly fight each other in the danger room, so I guess it wouldn't be out of character for them to fight. I mean, Wolverine's always been a character who, like, he doesn't really process his emotions well. So, like, distracting himself with beating the shit out of somebody could be a tactic for him to, like, deal with the fact that, because he's in love with Jean, but Jean's not in love with him.
Joshua, I understand. I want to date a black woman. So you go find you go find a beautiful black woman. I'll go find a sexy redhead, and we'll switch. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself. I make no apologies for my stupidity.
This is the man that has captivated you as an audience.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't know. I'm going to shut up now. Fuck. Oh, yeah, y'all. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to the next episode, so.
Yes, I'm definitely going to try to catch my breath and be able to breathe now. Hold on.
I get the feeling they're going to have something that's going to happen where, like, Morph's going to come out to Wolverine that he likes him, but Wolverine's going to turn him down. There's going to be this whole thing. But I mean, I hope if they're going to do that, I hope that's the route they go with, and not Wolverine accepts that a man loves him and that he's going to be.
Oh God. Okay, so you don't know one of the things that was happening in the comic books?
No.
Apparently a polyamorous relationship between Jean Grey, Wolverine, and Scott.
I mean, I knew there was always that little like Jean was never really like
Scott and Wolverine as well. Yeah. It was heavily insinuated in some of the recent comic books. Yeah.
I'm talking about the older comics. Like Gina was always kind of like very wishy-washy and who she was wanting to commit to, either Wolverine or Scott, or Logan or Scott. But I mean, if you want to use their real names, technically Logan's real name is James Howlett, but
okay. I guess I can take the banner off.
I mean, now the artwork for this episode was really good, with the whole like them constantly shifting all the horror elements around when they went to hell.
Cyclops is a bomb. I thought, it was very crisp. I liked the action sequences. I liked the moment in hell. I thought they did a pretty good job. Fuck. Hold on. What, Joshua? One day I like to be with a white woman. Please. Damn.
Well,
God, I saw a meme. It was, oh fuck, I don't even know how to describe this. It's a dude on Twitter or TikTok or something. It was on TikTok, making a TikTok video. He's talking to his dad. His dad is very black, and this kid is definitely.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about, I think.
And he said, "It's not
my fault. You ran out of toner.
You ran out of fucking toner." It's like, oh God, it was fucking hilarious.
The joke was, so the kid is half black, half white. He said he asked his father if he performed blackface, would it be okay or a hate crime.
And they start going with jokes back and forth, and the kid's like, "It's not my fault you ran out of toner halfway through." It's like, God damn, that's my kind of comedy. Oh man. Anyway, what we got coming up? Are you excited about Velma season 2?
I didn't even watch season 1, dude.
No, lucky
hell. I'm not gonna watch season 1 or 2. You can't make me. I refuse.
Oh,
I refuse.
But you're watching. Then you're still watching The Acolyte when it comes out. You're watching The Acolyte. You don't have to watch. What? You want to check out a Grizzly? You want to check out a Grizzly video before we to top it all off? He's got a new one.
Of course he does, but I mean,
it's about The Acolyte.
I don't know if I want to.
Oh, come on.
What, do you want me to play it because you can't play it without the video being choppy?
Nah, fuck it. Let's see what happens. Oh, hold on. The Acolyte trailer came out. We'll finish off the night with this. So, everybody ready? Let's go.
Acolyte trailer finally dropped last week, and surprise, surprise, it got ratio.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Over 500,000 downvotes because toxic misogynist man babies don't want a women.
Big time. Closing in on 500,000 dislikes. Therefore, it's pretty safe to say that the shills have got a lot of work to do.
Oh boy. That's number 1. It was good. It was good enough. It was good enough. I think this is a problem in the entertainment right now because of the hot garbage that we have to compare it to. There's so much shit coming out. When your argument is it was better than this steaming pile of shit, it's like, well, yes, I make the comment of yes, a buttered cracker is better than a piece of moldy bread. That doesn't mean it's good. Okay? That just doesn't mean it's good. It was good enough. God.
I was sold before I saw the trailer, and now I'm super duper sold.
Super duper sold.
He's super duper sold.
I always have to compliment Grizzy. He's super duper extra special, stupendous. I always have to compliment Grizzy's mental fortitude to actually go through these reactions because my God, I tried. I genuinely tried one and I couldn't make it halfway through the video.
This looks fantastic.
This is mostly going to be quick shots of Jedi and maybe a Sith.
Quick shots. What does that even mean?
Like,
it's going to be mostly
almost
shots,
stills.
Jedi, like, oh, just quick shots, like fast cuts from one thing to another. It's like that's not good filmmaking. That's not good choreo. No, that's not good. Oh, Jesus.
And that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
And like, that's enough. I think that's enough to get people excited.
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island? I'm really
see, I don't think hello. Like I said, when I watched the trailer, I didn't feel anything. Just yeah.
Except disappointment.
I didn't even feel disappointment. It was just okay, it's a trailer. Ooh, look, lightsabers. This is gonna fuck something up.
Stoked with this. I love how many lightsabers we're seeing.
It's just lightsabers, though. We've seen them before.
God, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I love how there were so many lightsabers. That's where we are. That's where we are in the shieldom. Just he Vadered. It was red. Look at all the lightsabers. Because it's this idea that Star Wars is lightsabers. Lightsabers is Star Wars. If you go back, and this has been talked about it's talked about in other videos, and like I said, people smarter than me. If you go back to the original trilogy, there were not that many lightsabers, and those were fantastic movies. When the lightsabers came out, and then if you go back to the prequel trilogy, when the lightsabers came out, there was meaning. There was a story being told with these fights, with these battles, and Disney has gone and trivialized the lightsaber. They're fucking wiffle ball bats now. They're nothing. They do nothing. Yes, mostly space battles, lots of like a good bit of politics, a good bit of space battles, and actual fucking storytelling. Not they fly now. They fly now. Like what the? Oh God! I bypassed the compressor. Ray knew exactly what she was doing because she slept in a fucking rundown AT-AT. So obviously she knew how to fly the Millennium fucking Falcon. Fuck you, movie. Okay. I love all the lightsabers. I loved all the lightsabers. If you didn't know, are you still there? Or are you just fucking?
I mean, I don't really know what else.
Fucking know when this movie took place already. Would the trailer have told you anything?
There's lightsabers.
Is there anything? Do you know when this movie takes place?
It takes place 100 years before the first movie, I think.
And why do you know that?
Because I read it somewhere, or I don't fucking know. I nothing in the trailer.
Nothing in the fucking trailer tells you anything about when this movie takes place. The closest thing you might get to a hint is the very beginning of the trailer when all the younglings are training and they're talking, because that's slightly a recognizable scene, a recognizable room. That's about it. You may believe this takes place during the prequel trilogy, but no.
I mean,
it takes place at the end of the High Republic, 100 years before the Phantom.
So either everybody's gonna die, or is no one gonna tell Yoda?
Oh boy, that's another complaint that people are saying. The trying to defend this bullshit when somebody comes out and says this breaks canon. What do you mean? No, it doesn't. It's like, no, Ki-Adi-Mundi said, and I mentioned this in my fucking video. Ki-Adi-Mundi in episode 1 says the Sith have been extinct for a millennia. Boys and girls, if you don't know what a millennia is, that's 1,000 motherfucking years. Not 100, 1,000. And fucking Paul Tassi, you ignorant tit, comes out and talks about, it's like, oh, we're going to take the word of one guy. It's like, you fucking disingenuous, gaslighting fuck. God damn it. No, it wasn't just one individual. He's the one that said it, but the entire council knows it to be true or feels it to be true, along with Jedi across the galaxy. They believe that the Sith have been extinct. Why? Because the Sith have been in hiding. They've been hiding, working in the shadows, hiding their presence, not throwing their fucking lightsabers all over the place in front of other Jedi. But
so again, are they gonna die, or is like
they have to die? Every single one of them must die. But it might not be a Sith. It's a fucker with a Sith weapon. So you're telling me that anyone who sees it and goes, nah, it'll be fine. We don't have to investigate. We're not going to tell anybody. We're not going to tell the council. No, it'll be fine. No, they all have to die. Anyone and everyone who sees the red lightsaber, and I'll agree with Star Wars theory on this 100%. Anyone who comes into contact with whoever this individual is with the red lightsaber must die before they can communicate anything out, which again is also astronomically retarded because, oh, I see it. Communicate immediately. Sure, Penny, yes, it could be a dark Jedi. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. But there should be.
I'm pretty sure Disney came out and said that
the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland, came out and said it's a Sith. It's a Sith story. So, unfortunately, we've already got confirmation from the cunt involved in it, in charge of it, that no, it's going to be a Sith story. I can't stand the direction that they're fucking taking Star Wars. I don't care who's in charge. I don't care who the protagonist is. These stories are boring at best. Like people like the good things about Ahsoka, Hayden Christensen and Ray Stevenson. What about Ahsoka? She was boring, one note nonsense, copy pasting of the fucking training scene. It's just Sabine. No, fuck you. She's a Mandalorian.
I would say we can let the writers who are working on X-Men work on Disney, but Star
Wars.
He
was fired.
Hold on.
He was fired.
Listen, motherfucker.
I don't like to.
I was saying that we could, but they don't work for Disney. They don't work for Marvel anymore because the people who made this story, clearly they're just pulling stories from the old comics. So they're technically these guys technically didn't write this. They're just they're doing it. Hey, they're following Kathleen Kennedy's formula. They're taking old material that claimed it doesn't exist. And they're not saying I'm not saying they don't claim it doesn't exist, but they're taking old material and they're changing it to fit their storyline. Honestly, though, the only storyline they're changing is Morph. Everything else seems great. Everything else about the show is fucking great. I love the show. Morph hasn't really done anything yet to make me hate him in this show, but I'm skeptical. Other than that, though, I'm genuinely loving this show. Like, I really like it. It's a really good X-Men show. It gives me kind of like old X-Men Evolution vibes. Like, I really liked that show growing up too. Again, I liked it. I like the X-Men, so I'm excited. And this feels like an X-Men show. Like, it feels like X-Men.
100% agree, Steve.
But this doesn't feel like Disney. I mean, not Disney. This doesn't feel like Star Wars. It feels like the Wish. It feels like Wish version of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm just happy.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
That looks.
You crushed it.
It also looks high energy, which I want from Star Wars.
I think your viewers would like a little more high energy from you if you truly like the trailer this much.
I think some.
God damn it.
It's like stopping, like you can hear the audio with their faces being still, which kind of plays to the joke that they're like the Grizzy just said that they're showing no emotion. They just show the video paused on a deadpan face while audio is still playing in the background.
The caffeine-free Diet Pepsi. Oh, the audio is playing. Would comment under more of my videos, but YouTube is butthurt over some of my past comments and harsh truths, especially my most recent about black women, so they tried to shut me up. Just to let everybody know, I do not moderate the comments on my videos.
Neither do I. I think the only mods here is me and Steve.
No. I'm talking about the comments. I'm not talking about the live streams. I'm talking about the comments on the videos that I post, my commentary videos. I did for a very short period of time, and then I realized that I'm way too inattentive to go through and approve everything. So I put the settings to automatic. I put it just automatically approve. So
yeah, I have the same. Like, all my videos have allow all comments. I really don't care.
I allow.
If you haven't yet, you should go subscribe to my channel.
So yes, go subscribe to Hoshi's channel. It's awesome. So any comment that gets smacked, that
is YouTube or Google,
not me. Yeah, that is not. I do not moderate. I do not censor anybody wanting to run their mouth in my comment section.
That is not true, Steve. I will tell you how
able
many
to comment
videos.
for 24 hours. What?
For your example, Steve, for your information, Steve, I have 220 videos. Okay, sir, ma'am, I don't know. I assume it's sir because your name is Steve.
What, the great and powerful Steve?
Yeah, he said I only have 10 videos. 5 to 10. I have 220 videos posted, sir. I'll have you know. And thank you for putting my link in the chat.
Fire Them All was taken down on one of my videos? Oh my God. Oh, there was another. There was. Was it? Yeah, Hunty had posted something in the comment section that got zapped by somebody. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Last time I checked, so far.
One thing we've learned from Star Wars is that even the stuff we don't like, give it enough time, we'll accept it into the.
Even if it's something we don't like, give it enough time.
Family.
Oh, what like?
And we'll accept it. Give it enough time. No, I'm sorry. By comparison, these are
good.
masterpieces, but they were good, but they still have oh god.
Every movie has issues. Every movie has issues, but these were still genuinely good movies. I grew up watching these movies and I loved them.
Yeah, I enjoyed them too. Hold on.
Become more accepted by the fans as time has passed. Yeah, I got news for you, buddy.
It ain't ever happening.
Oh, he's talking about the Disney trilogy. It's like, no, those are forever trash. That's forever garbage. Yeah, sorry, no, ain't gonna happen.
It ain't ever fucking happening.
This is almost like a space Game of Thrones. It feels like.
Oh, fuck off.
Maybe the last season of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, season 8 of Game of Thrones or whatever, the last season. Yes, absolutely.
And I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, my ass. We'll see if all the people watching House of the Dragon season 2 are also watching The Acolyte. Spoiler alert: they will not.
No,
be.
they're not.
Because it's all new, and yet it still feels like Star Wars.
I hate these. Oh, Rocha, John Roca. Oh, my favorite douche nozzle.
And this definitely feels like Star Wars.
Yeah, dude who won't let anyone talk to him.
I wonder.
They agree with his.
Lighting up the greens, the multiple.
God, I hate this.
You mean the guy who he will not let anyone talk to him unless he has you have the same opinions as him? Isn't that what John? Maybe we should lie to him and tell him that we want to talk positively about Star Wars, that we can blast him on the internet. I'd love to see you try and argue against this guy. I think it'd be funny. He probably would. He would probably, and I know this is just me saying it, he'd probably bitch out and then just leave the stream.
I have difficulty getting up the stones to invite other people. It's like I don't know how to invite other people. I don't think I'm there. I don't know. I don't have that kind of confidence. It's like you can invite somebody. No, nobody wants to be on the stream with me.
I mean, I'm here. Jason shows up sometimes.
Back to this guy.
Yellow's the blues.
So just seeing so many yellow lightsabers.
There was a red lightsaber there. There sure going up against a bunch.
God,
cool. You can see colors.
Look, you can see.
You're not colorblind.
Yay!
Multicolored lightsabers. So it'll be. I really would like to watch the show now.
So that's all it takes, huh? That's all it takes to sell you on this show.
Listen, even if you hate all Star Wars, how can you not love that moment of?
I don't like. Does anybody hate all Star Wars? This is the comment I have a problem with. This idea that you just hate Star Wars.
Fans?
Like, no.
Trekkies?
Okay, fair enough. But this idea that you just hate Star Wars, like, no, I don't. I hate Disney. I dislike the direction that Disney's taking it. I mean, it's a funny thing.
Look at the shirt he's wearing, and he'll tell you all you need to know about the guy.
He's a fucking yeah. It's just you say it over and over and over again. It's like, no, I don't hate Star Wars. I just don't like the direction that Disney's going with it. Oh, you hate Star Wars? You're you're a misogynist.
See all those sabers light up in defense against the red saber.
Because this is Disney, and everyone knows that Disney is going to find a way to fuck this up, like they fuck everything up, and that they will most likely.
God. Everything I heard about Grand Admiral Thrawn, and then I watch that. Just
whether this was not Thrawn.
Oh God, no. It was my understanding that Grand Admiral Thrawn was this master tactician genius, just no problem going up against Jedi with his tactics and all this other stuff. And he's a putz, is an absolute fucking schmuck in Ahsoka. Like, what? Oh, like, just, like, what are you doing? It just didn't come across that way in the show. I don't know. He's the Blue Wish version of I like that. Blah.
They find a way to fuck up canon as well.
Yep.
And speaking of canon,
who cares about canon?
I'm gonna go ahead and assume he's gonna talk about
canon,
the Sith not Sith not being seen. This is a
Yep. That's exactly what it's going to be about, because he says, oh yeah,
Kiadimundi's line, all that stuff, and
right.
It's just like, who cares, man? Like,
I hate people like this. I despise the acceptance of canon breaking, lore disrespecting, nonsensical bullshit like this, because there's this thing called continuity. When you have it, it makes the story more interesting. It helps it flow a lot more. When you respect the shit that came before, then you get the respect of the fans. If you can't do that, then what is the purpose? What is the point of actually? What's the point of the project? Who cares? Yes, who fucking cares? Disney Star Wars, less and less people are caring. Less and less people are caring every day, and it's diminishing returns over and over and over again.
Also, this is 100 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so Yoda. So obviously Mace Windu, I think it was in episode 2, said that they realized that the Jedi had lost, like, they were not losing their powers, but they were becoming weaker in the Force during their peaceful times. I use air quotes, peaceful times.
More complacent.
Yoda still felt in episode 3 when the clones and Anakin started killing the Sith. Hell, Obi-Wan was able. I know these were grand, massive attacks across the universe, right? You know, the Death Star destroying Alderaan, that was a big fucking act. And Obi-Wan was able to feel that in episode 4. And then episode 3, when the Jedi were dying, Yoda was able to feel it, and you saw him, like, get on his knees in heartbreak that his students and people he cared about were dying.
Mm-hmm.
If a lot of people start dying in this fucking show, he should still be Grandmaster Yoda.
God, that's even more they're gonna fuck up. Oh God.
Wouldn't Yoda feel his, even if no one tells him, let's just say there was about 10 Jedi seen in this trailer, right? That's a number big enough, I feel like, for Yoda, who is so connected to the Force, would feel his apprentice, his pupils dying.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Like, he literally felt across the entire galaxy. Every time a Jedi was killed, he felt it in that scene. When he was on was it Endor? No, it wasn't Endor. It was Well, I don't remember the Wookiee planet was. He was with the Wookiees whenever he felt it.
Can't disagree with you on that one, Joshua.
And so even though even at that point, whenever his powers had diminished with the Force, or the connection to the Force had diminished, he still felt all of his pupils and the people he grew, he helped raise. I'm pretty sure Yoda raised almost every single one of the people in the council, and as well as raised all the other. He's always with the next generation of Jedi. Like, he's always helping grow the Jedi.
Yeah.
But still, he had lessened powers, and he was still able to feel them all die. If a significant number of Jedi die in this show, is Yoda just going to ignore it? Like, is he going to pretend, or is someone going to try and come up with an excuse? Is someone going to use a Force mind trick to wipe his memory? I doubt it, but still.
The possibility can. Well,
I mean,
Palpatine should not be around yet. But
he's around. He's around.
Not Palpatine. Not 100 years before it.
We don't know how long these people live.
That's true.
because this is still Star Wars. Palpatine, remember, Palpatine was an old man in Episode 1, and he was still alive. Now, Grant, I know what you're gonna say, yada yada yada, but he was still alive in Episode 9, which was like time.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do Episode 6. He was still alive in Episode 6.
Still, that's a lot of
Episode 6. He was atomized twice.
that was still
off Disney.
No, still he's lived a long time.
Yeah.
He watched Anakin and Luke grow up, so we don't know how long Palpatine's race can, or how.
I guess it's possible, or Darth Plagueis, if he's around.
And Darth Plagueis is not human; he's an alien.
Yeah, but
it's never confirmed that the people of Naboo are human.
So
I don't think it is, at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, what is a human in Star Wars? Anyway, if Darth Plagueis is involved, is around, if they introduce him in any way, shape, or form, outside of the fact that they'll fuck him up, it's the only explanation I could see is Yoda not sensing the death of other Jedi would be the same way Palpatine was able to hide himself from. He was so strong in the dark side of the Force, he was able to hide himself from the Jedi that he was standing next.
But still, the thing is, though, even if Yoda doesn't feel it, he's gonna notice Jedi are missing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, and then the idea that Jedi are being killed
is a private monk monastery. They are monks, and it's a private thing that only Force users can get into. Can only get into the Jedi.
And you have to have some of them are missing. So, I mean, even in the trailer, even in the trailer, they say someone is killing Jedi. Are we not going to report that to the council? So, right then and there, everything's screwed up. Even the Sith have more fucking sense than the space monks. Yeah, they were able to hide themselves.
Also, technically, if Palpatine's not alive yet, there should still only be 2 Sith. The rule of 2 still applies to this.
But apparently they never followed that rule of 2. If you go off some of the extra expanded universe stuff, so
technically they did, because even though when Palpatine had Dooku had his own apprentice. Technically, Facade of Ventress was not a Sith. And if you remember, during the reign of Palpatine and Vader, the Inquisitors are not Sith. They're not named Sith. They are Inquisitors. There's always only 2 Siths.
Okay.
Always 2 there are.
Yeah, the rule of 2. There can only be 2. And remember, you never watched the Clone Wars, but Asajj Ventress started becoming more powerful in the Force. So this is before Disney bought Star Wars, by the way. Because so the clone this happened. I remember watching this on Cartoon Network. So this was before Disney bought Star Wars. Palpatine sensed how strong Ventress was becoming in the Force, so he ordered Dooku to kill her. So that way someone couldn't try and rise to the empowered and try and take over their roles. Because the way the Sith work, the rule of 2, the first one is to hold the power and the other is to seek it. And then the Sith always kill each other, no matter what. That's why Darth Bane created the rule of 2, is because the Sith were always constantly even though they were fighting the Jedi in a war, they were still killing each other for power moves to try and be the leader of it. So Darth Bane killed all of them but his own apprentice, and he made the rule of 2, that only 2 Sith can be around, one to hold the power and one to seek it. So if these people are calling themselves Siths, that means someone is not, that these might not actually be Sith. If I doubt they're following canon, but this is supposed to be canon because Darth Bane does exist in Star Wars Disney canon. Because Yoda met him at the end of the when Yoda was learning how to do the Force Ghost technique. Qui-Gon was guiding him through it. He encountered Darth Bane's Force Ghost. Anyway, and they even mention it in the first fucking movie. Always 2 there is. So these people, if Darth Plagueis this person has to be either Darth Plagueis is a apprentice, and then she's gonna die, and then we'll get to see a young Palpatine, I guess. But I don't know. These technically shouldn't be Sith if Plagueis already has an apprentice, because there can only be 2 Sith. Now they can claim to be Sith, and then maybe the Sith will come and kill them. Because in the old cartoon, like not the Clone Wars, like the 3D one, in the old 2D cartoon, there was Visage was going around claiming to be a Sith, and so Palpatine sent Dooku to kill her when he ended up making her his apprentice. Okay. This is just my way of
spitballing,
breaking the storytelling of this show, because this is multiple ways they can fuck this up.
Means of survival. So let's see.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I love canon continuity as much as the next person, but it's sometimes
obviously don't, fucker.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about George Lucas Star Wars? Who cares about continuity and canon and things making sense?
I do not believe the Sith could return without us knowing.
And I would rather they ignored something that Mace Windu said and told us a really good story than adhere.
Oh, we'll send it boom right there. Even though he said the other guy said that the Sith have not been around for millennia, even Mace Windu has acknowledged that the Sith haven't been around. And no one can say, like in your video, some plebeian said this. Mace Windu acknowledged it.
I would rather they ignore something Mace Windu said and give us a good story. The problem is you can't have both.
These are the people who don't care about the multiverse fucking up continuity in comics.
They don't fucking just, oh Jesus fucking God, oh goddamn mighty.
You know, I would go be so bold as to say these people aren't actually fans of these stories. Like they're just there for the clout at this point. Because how can you be a fan of something and not care about the continuity? Now, if it was a reboot, fine, sure. Whatever.
Oh, no, give them time. Give them time. It's coming, baby. It's coming. I can almost guarantee that.
What, that Ahsoka's gonna master the room of space?
No. They're gonna reboot. They're gonna redo the original trilogy. They're gonna remake it. I mean, they're running out of shit to remake. So what's next? Disney Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Well, we can move on from this and
we can just ignore. Just ignore. Just fucking ignore.
Here to specific lines from a movie that came out 20 years ago.
How's that for an explanation? The prequels were 20 years ago. Just ignore them because we're getting lightsabers and Jedi versus Sith.
I hate that fucking haircut. I'm sorry. Can we all agree that's a shit haircut?
We're getting lightsabers and Jedi versus
that one.
Can we kill this? Can we like just get rid of this? Just fucking like it's so painful. It's so very, very, very painful. I hate it. I really do.
I don't know, Frost. Some people will be like, these shills will be like, what if they remake the original trilogy?
Oh, I'm sure they would be just fine remaking the original fucking trilogy.
Like that one dude freaking out about Han touching Leia. Have you watched that video?
Fuck that dude. That fucking simp soy boy bitch. Such so fucking sad. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Well, we're coming up. We've passed the 2-hour mark.
Well, we've passed the 2-hour mark, so let's try and finish this up. I hate this fucking haircut.
Versus Sith. Who cares if it breaks canon? I'll tell you who cares. Real Star Wars fans care. But according to John Roca, the only reason people are complaining about canon is because the lead character is a woman of color.
And I get it. Some people certainly want to argue about canon. And I think that's just something some toxic YouTubers and fans want to hold on to because they got to hold on to it because it's another female-led thing. And I got to kill it.
What is, hold on. What does canosity? Is that the right word? Canicity?
We'll go with it. Go for it.
What does that have anything to do with what's between that woman's legs?
Nothing.
Like,
this dude's a putz, a schmuck.
So he doesn't have a good answer. So he's just defaulting to they don't like it because of X, Y, and Z. They don't like it because of bigotry or something like that.
Hold on. No, he's an NPC shill whose only purpose is to again justify his meaningless existence. You just don't like, you're a misogynist.
I would like a detailed explanation. I would like a detailed explanation of what's between this person's legs, what's in her pants, how that has anything to do with with hate or what. Hold on, it infuriated me enough to have to collect my thoughts. What does her being a woman have anything to do with us being unhappy about them breaking canon? I would love a detailed explanation of how her being a woman makes us mad about them breaking canon.
He can't give you an explanation because he's an NPC shill who just got his latest firmware update. Oh no, they hate the Acolyte. Oh, gotta push out the narrative. It's gaslighting. It's just gaslighting. You know, it's just same script, different show.
A woman of color or a black woman.
Wow, now this is priceless. John Roca just misgendered Amanda Stenberg.
A woman of color opens up about using they, them gender pronouns. Oh dear.
I don't even care.
Female led by a woman of color or a black woman.
While bitching and whining about toxic YouTubers. You can't make this shit up. Please smash the like button if you agree that according to John Roca's own insane logic, he needs to be canceled immediately over this.
If only. Hey. What we got? Oh, fuck off with this shit. All right. I can't. I don't even want to see that. I'm sorry. I need to leave a like.
That's fine.
Y'all go watch the rest of the video. Give Grizzy. Look, y'all give Grizzy. I'm going to share. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to put this motherfucker in there. Y'all go give, if you haven't already, go give Grizzy a sub. Go give him a watch. Watch all his videos. He suffers for our entertainment. He suffers for our enjoyment. No, I cannot handle Leslie fucking Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. I can't. I do apologize. I'm tapping out. But yes, absolutely 100%. Go subscribe to Grizzy if you have not yet. Go watch his videos. He's fighting the good fight. He deserves the cape. Jesus fucking Christ. But that's
I still want an explanation as why what being a woman has anything to do.
You're not going to get one, okay? You're not going to get one. It's the same thing. If you criticize Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's because you're a bigot. You're a racist because Reva was just a fantastic character. If you criticize the fact that she took two lightsabers to the chest and lived and you have a problem with that, the only reason you have a problem with that is because Moses Ingram is a black woman. Okay. And she received a couple of nasty letters. And Ewan McGregor, it was so bad that Ewan McGregor had to go out and do a car video because he got his marching orders from fucking Disney. And Moses Ingram was warned about the toxic male fan base of Star Wars. And they're a bunch of bigots. Like fucking marching orders. I hate this shit. So fucking tired of shit. Write something good. Give us something good. Decent writing, decent acting, good story that makes sense and doesn't disrespect the shit that we love, the things that came before it. Maybe, just maybe, if you do that, you'll get some people back. And above all else, stop insulting The people who want to give you money. That's the whole thing. We want to give these companies money if they would just put good shit out. Yes, I understand that there are some people out there that are completely and totally fucking done with Disney, but I still want a fun story. I want something fun. That's just something good, something fun, something that has earned my money. Disney definitely has a lot of shit to do. They have a lot of ground to cover. If they ever want the fan bases back, some will never go back, but stranger things have happened. But fuck, I just want something entertaining, something I can sit down with a bowl of fucking popcorn with and laugh and fun, just enjoy a compelling story like fucking Arcane season 1. I can't wait for season 2. Just beautiful storytelling. And guess what? Arcane season 1, Vi is a lesbian. It's obvious. She has the hots for Caitlyn. It's fucking obvious. Does anybody care? No, because it's a good goddamn story and they don't beat you over the fucking head with any sort of preachy ideological bullshit.
Well, anyway,
Fuck.
We'll see. We will see y'all next week. After we can talk. We can talk about the next episode of the X-Men.
Believe it or not, Hoshi, Acolyte will be the gayest, most lesbian shit you have ever seen.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know if YouTube banned him, but I haven't been able to comment under videos in like a while now since the guidelines pop up. Oh, they pop up for you? That's shit. Oh, God.
Well,
Joshua. Oh, my goodness.
I'm excited to see the next episode of X-Men. And
yes,
for me and my fiance's anniversary, we're gonna go watch Godzilla. So
Godzilla -1 or
no, Godzilla X Kong or Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, I have to watch it too.
I'm excited to go see it. It looks like
races of people would coexist. Yep.
It looks like it's gonna be a fun, just giant monster battle movie. I'm all down for that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with there being a shit story because
I'll turn my brain. I'll turn my brain off for it.
This isn't meant to be like a deep story. This is just big monsters fight other big monsters. That's all Godzilla's ever been. Granted, okay, to be fair, Godzilla started off as a metaphor for America nuking Japan. To be fair,
it started off as a metaphor on the dangers of nuclear
the fear of radiation.
Yeah, the fear of radiation, nuclear testing, all that nifty stuff. I don't want to ignore Joshua here. MLK had a dream that all races of people would coexist. Yes, that would be a wonderful thing. Involving mixed races, but this is not. More like a nightmare that's become dishonorable. Dishonor to no, don't make the jokes right now. Dishonorable in his dying wish, and stereotypes perpetuating the cycle of racism does not help at all. This kind of tribalism, cultist mentality mindsets, I think, and what instigates the alienation in society. And black folks, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say black folks, but I did anyway, still haven't learned jack shit to rise above all. SJWs still rise above it all. Punctuation. Sorry. I love you, Joshua, but I won't pick on everybody. Still practically, I can't even fucking read. SJWs still practically live on to being no better than white supremacists who have chosen to do the same to people based on. I did actually graduate from high school, unlike Gary, and I still can't fucking read right now. It's past my bedtime.
There's some more milk and fall asleep, old man.
Oh, I don't need more milk to fall asleep. I can just relax. Okay, still no better than the white supremacists who have chosen to do the same to people based off their color or world-class status. At this point, the race card has become overplayed. Yes, it has. And just like wokeness, racism kind of lost its meaning amongst the bigotry. 100% agree. Outside of one thing, I do believe we are facing more of a class issue over a race issue. And
I don't know if anyone here has ever listened to the comedian Ralphie May. And back whenever I was a kid, it didn't matter what the color of your skin was. The only thing that mattered was the color green, because we were all the same. We were all the same race if we were eating out of a spaghetti stained Cool Whip bowl. Eating cereal out of a spaghetti stained Cool Whip bowl.
But
didn't matter.
Like, the race pimps are still out there. They will always be out there. I think the number one issue is it's more of a class thing than a race thing, but that's a whole different argument.
We are all poor.
It was bloody because they mixed it up with their vibrator and didn't realize it, so they started using it in the wrong fashion. So yeah. Does that mean you're already? Oh my God. Anyway, we're gonna end it for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. I have no idea what's coming up next. I'm sure I'll make a video tomorrow. Oh no, wait. I'm gonna be on the road tomorrow to go pick up the executive producer. I'm picking her up early this week.
My video is uploading right now to YouTube that I just got done editing, that I've been editing during this stream. So you can go watch that after whenever it finally uploads. I don't know when it'll upload, but hey, it'll be there.
Oh, real quick, everybody.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Okay. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to call it. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Wonderful, 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 beautiful people. And we'll see you on the next one.
Good night.